Alright, for the first one, the boy in the tree. I need to write a P that will stand for phrase. And then I need to write my first element, which is a determiner. The is a determiner. Then we have boy, which is a noun. And then we have a phrase. In the tree is a phrase. What kind of phrase is that? Yes, it's a prepositional phrase. Very good. So we write it like this. 3 elements then. The boy in the tree. Now, in the tree needs to be analyzed too. In is a preposition. And then we have another phrase. The tree is a phrase. What kind of phrase is that? It's a noun phrase. Very good. And the noun phrase has a determiner and a noun. The boy in the tree. And that's it. Sometimes my students write like this. They write lines and they write the boy is in the tree, like that. Okay, can you do a sign on the door, please? Stop the video. Okay, very good. Let's continue then. Then we have a tree structure for a verb phrase. Okay, so let me see if I can do it so that you can see it. Okay, hit the ball. Okay, hit the ball is a phrase. It's a verb phrase. The verb phrase has a verb, hit. And then we have a noun phrase. The ball is a noun phrase. So, noun phrase. The is a determiner. Ball is a noun. And that's it. Hit the ball. Can you do hammered the nail into the wall? That's more challenging. Try to do it and then compare with your classmates. Very good. And now, the last type of prepositional phrases. It says up the tree in the yard. So it's a prepositional phrase. Up is a preposition. And the tree in the yard is a noun phrase. Now, the is a determiner. Tree is a noun. In the yard is a prepositional phrase. Remember, we have phrases inside phrases. In is a preposition. The yard is a noun phrase. The is a determiner. Yard is a noun. Can you see it? Okay, so up the tree in the yard. It should look like this. Okay, and right after that you need to compare with your classmates. Right after you finish with your phrases, then what's next? Sentences. Yes, you are right. Sentences. Now, we have a problem with sentences. Sentences are always split into subject and predicate. Yes? Many people cannot distinguish the difference between subject and predicate. Subject, the person, the animal, the thing, the topic we're talking about. And the predicate would be usually the action taken by that subject. Okay? So look at task 3 in your manuals, page 43 PDF. And there you have sentences. You have 6 sentences. You need to distinguish between the subject and the predicate of those sentences. Stop the video, do them, and then we'll check it. Okay, ready, let's check it then. Number 1. Words can appear as single items in a sentence. Notice that the subject of the sentence in this case is words. Very good. Notice the next word after the word words. Yes, it's a verb. The verb can. It's an auxiliary verb in this case. Can appear, a modal verb. So we can get a lesson out of this. Right after the subject, we have the verb, normally in English. Number 2, word combinations have become the subject of intense interest in the recent past. Notice how long the sentence is. What's the subject? The subject is word combinations. The subject is not words or combinations alone. The subject is word combinations. Right after the subject, and we put it in parentheses normally, we have the predicate, have become the subject of intense interest. Number 3, collocations are words which co-occur with each other. What's the subject? Yes, it's collocations. Very good. And right after the word collocations, we have the verb, the main verb. Number 4, lexical phrases or language chunks are like prefabricated building units. What is the subject? This is a tricky one. Well, it has a conjunction. Yes? So, lexical phrases or language chunks are the topic, in this case, the subject of the sentence. Number 5, that lonely girl who is sitting opposite the street has just taken money from that old beggar. Notice how long the sentence is in this case. Yes? What do you think the subject is? Yes, it finishes right before the main verb. So, that lonely girl who is sitting opposite the street. That's the subject. And then we have the verb. Number 6, it is necessary for students to spot the subject correctly. Yes? This is a tricky one because it's too short. Yes, the subject is the pronoun it. Very well done. Very well done. Okay, so what are you going to do now? You're going to do task number 4 now. Yes? And you're going to write these previous sentences, the ones that we just did. You will try to find as many phrases as possible. Remember, there are phrases inside phrases. Well, try to find these. And we have our homework. This is task number 5, page 43 in your manuals. Homework is provide an example of each kind of syntactic category. Also provide a simple sentence and a complex one. What do I mean by that? Well, a simple sentence, provide an example of each kind of syntactic category, meaning you need to provide one noun phrase, an example of one prepositional phrase, and an example of a verb phrase, and don't copy from the manual. And also you need to provide a simple sentence, meaning a sentence with a simple subject and predicate, like for example, she cries, she's beautiful, he drinks water. Those are simple sentences. What do we call complex sentences then? Sentences that are longer and that have clauses inside. For example, my sister, who has always been humiliating me because she is smarter than I am, comma, has been telling everyone that I am a fool. Okay? Notice the complexity of the sentence. This is an example of a complex sentence. So, for homework, you need to submit that in a separate piece of paper with your name on it. Okay? So, that will be all. I hope you have... if we talk about MEC terminology, la capacidad que han aprendido hoy son: distingue los tipos de frases. Noun phrase, prepositional phrase, and verb phrase. Distingue frase de oración. Phrase, syntactic category, different from sentence. And distingue sujeto de predicado. Okay, so that will be it then. Goodbye. See you. Hopefully see you next Monday. Bye.